This is Mickey Vaughn for KLAS News. In our ongoing attempt to constantly break news stories, we are going to play a recording delivered to our station this morning.
And this is Jeff Norton. It appears that this recording was made by a young boy. He left his video camera recording while events unfolded around him. While we don't know the exact source of the recording, we think it's important enough to air it to the public before it is banned or confiscated.
We don't know if there is a video to go along with this audio. The audio is all we have. As far as we know, the events presented unfolded in a smaller American city, but we don't know the city name or location. We suspect it's somewhere in the Midwest.
If any of our listeners have any information about where these events took place, please get in touch with this station.
We're going to play the recording. I think our engineers have it queued up. I'm sure you will be as shocked as we were when we first heard it this morning. It's ready? Okay. This is Mickey Vaughn
and Jeff Norton
for KLAS News.
Anything good on the news today?
No, just the typical scandals, cover-ups, and lies about everything. I don't know why we waste energy following problems on the news we can't change.
Ben, you say the same thing every time you watch the news. It's liar this and liar that. Think about what the kids hear.
Hey, I'm more concerned about the propaganda and half-truths they get at school.
Please, no rants on schools. Ben, they need to have some respect for their teachers and authorities in general. How are they going to fit? Did you hear that? A little late for hunters, isn't it?
Not hunters. Maybe someone popping some caps into the air. I have a scanner app on my phone. We can listen into the police calls if you want.
It just startled me. There's no need for extremes. You always... Okay, listen to the police or fire radio or whatever if it'll make you happy.
You're the one who seems nervous.
Was that closer? Is there anything on the news about it? David, did you hear about anything on the news?
Mom, I'm making a video of my soldiers and not watching the news.
This scanner app covers every police broadcast across the country. It's going to take a while to find a local dispatch for a channel. David, turn the TV down. Did you hear me?
I'm moving, Dad. I'm not right by the TV.
Also, go upstairs and check on Jamie. Tell her to come down if she's nervous.
Ben, if she were frightened, she would be down here already.
Mom, she'd be hiding under her bed texting friends, but I'll check anyway. Mom wants to know if you're okay.
I'm okay, just trying to text my friends down a sec.
What? Mom, I can't hear what she's saying. Why don't you text her or call her phone?
I'm okay, just trying to text my friends be down in a sec.
What are your friends saying?
Mom, I'll be down in a minute. Why does she have to be such a pain?
Dad said to check out the windows and see if any... Mom, she said she'd be down in a minute.
Here, let me turn up the television. There's something on the channel here.
Any updates? Again, stay where you are and stay away from windows and stay inside. If you see police officers, do not approach them. Do not clog 911 lines or police lines looking for information. The police are conducting searches for certain individuals. Keep tuned to this emergency broadcast station for...
Ben, the news said to stay away from windows, and here you are looking out of the window.
There's nothing close. It looks like things are happening a couple of streets over, but nothing near us. I'll close the drapes and just peek through if it'll make you happy.
The TV said they were searching for someone and to tune radios and TVs to emergency broadcast stations. My phone can't get any signal, by the way. This old phone isn't working either.
I can see Cody looking out of their upstairs window. I should be upstairs looking out, too. Sarah, why isn't Jamie down here yet?
Ben, I asked that you stay away from windows like the TV said.
I told her.
David, do you still have those walkie-talkies we bought last year for your paintball wars?
Yeah, Dad. They're in my closet somewhere. I haven't used them for a while, but I think they still work. We should have 4 of them, but I'm sure they need batteries. Hey, there's something on the TV.
Street by street conducting searches. Again, stay in your location until officials contact you. Stay tuned to this emergency broadcast station for more information as it becomes available.
Go get them and tell your sister to get down here.
I told her, Dad. She said she was texting on her phone.
Damn it. I'll go get her. You get the radios.
Ben, have you been listening to the TV? They are moving from street to street, searching every house.
I know.
Jamie, get down here now!
Okay, Mom, you don't have to shout. I'm trying to text my friends, but I can't get them to respond.
What did they say?
They don't say, Dad. You read what they send you. Text, remember?
Here's the radios, Dad. I can only find 3. I'll get the batteries.
When you are asked, comply with all instructions. Do not leave your homes.
They're fixed and all on the same frequency. What do we need them for?
Stay where you are.
I want you to take one over to Cody and come right back. Take 2 so you and I can stay in contact.
Compliance will result in arrest.
Jamie, what was the last things your friends sent you?
I kind of stopped in the middle. All I got was police were knocking on, haven't heard anything since. See?
Let me see your phone. I want to see what they sent before.
Just girl stuff, Dad, and it's private. They didn't say anything except they were scared.
You sure? Double check them, please. I'm going upstairs to see if I can see anything out of the bedroom windows.
Ben, you here?
Yeah. Do you have any idea about what's going on? Oh, if you lock the two-way button down, you can talk and listen at the same time. You don't have to press the send key. It only works with 2 radios, though.
Okay, two-way button is locked. I only know what I heard from the news and emergency broadcasts. They say they're looking for something or someone.
David on his way back?
He just left.
Okay, thanks. Did you see anything from the windows? I saw you looking out.
There were flashing lights, sirens, shots a couple streets over. I don't think anything has happened on our street or the ones next to us. But it seems like the shots are getting closer. I broke out our guns and we have enough ammo.
We only have a couple of guns my dad left me. Probably nothing will happen, but you never know. If a fugitive got in here, by the time the police got here, we'd be dead.
I'm back, Dad. Cody said we should get our guns and get ready to defend the house.
I'm not in favor of using guns. Nothing good can come from guns.
Cody, I'll keep in touch.
Roger.
Sarah, we don't exactly have an arsenal here. We've got a couple of hunting rifles my dad had, and the shotgun. I don't even know how much ammo we have. We're not really a gun-oriented family, you know. We haven't even shot them. Hey, that seemed close. David, the guns are in the den. Here are the keys to the gun case and the trigger locks on each gun. The ammo is in the drawer at the bottom of the case. They're not going to do us any good locked up.
Okay, Dad, I'll get them.
Non-compliance will result in arrest.
Finally, there's a whole FEMA announcement on television.
The following is an announcement from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Local police and federal officers are conducting street-by-street searches. We urge full cooperation with authorities. Any
Sarah,
resistance
are you
will
hearing
be met
this?
with arrest, incarceration, and eventual prosecution. When you are asked, comply with all instructions. Do not leave your homes. If you are away from your place of residence, stay where you are until you are contacted by authorities. We are under martial law, and non-compliance will result in arrest. Authorities are authorized to use deadly force for any looters, curfew violators who do not respond to police instructions, and any who resist police commands. Stay tuned to this emergency channel for further information.
Ben, are you there? Hello, Ben?
I hear you. Did you see that announcement? What the hell is going on?
I've no idea. It's more than a hunt for fugitives. Since the broadcast started, a police car stopped at the intersection where it closes to. They're sitting with their lights flashing.
See anything else?
Nope, just a police car. They're just sitting there.
Ben, we should just do what the TV said. FEMA people are in charge, and they will protect us. They will find whatever or whomever they are looking for, and we can get back to normal.
What do you mean?
You know.
What do I know?
You think you know everything.
I know more than you, and that's enough.
How do you know more than me?
Because I'm older and smarter than you, and I have better grades and more friends. You think you're some kind of big shot because Dad sent you to Cody's and to get the guns?
All you do is text on your phone.
Everybody does. You play with dolls and film them.
I recreate battles with toy soldiers and film them.
Toy says it all. You play with toys.
I should have said replicas.
What are you guys talking about?
Private stuff, Dad.
Then don't have your conversations where everyone can hear
We
them.
didn't think anyone was listening.
We can't even think with you two going at each other.
Well, it's none of your business what we say.
How dare you talk to me like that? Who do you think you are?
She thinks she's someone special. And Mom, FEMA didn't do so great in New Orleans.
That was a mistake, but they fixed those problems. There have been other disasters, and FEMA was quite good. If we go along with them, it will make their job easier and they will leave us alone. If we threaten them with guns, we will
Dad,
get hurt.
we studied the Nazis in World War II, and when they rounded up the Jews and other people, they said the same thing. First, they took all the guns in the name of public safety. Hitler even made a speech about how safe everyone would be after the government had control of all the guns. My teacher said that rounding people up like that couldn't
Sarah, why do you think FEMA is involved with this? If it was something simple, the regular police could handle it. And what about all this gunfire we were hearing? This is something bigger. Maybe there was a terrorist attack somewhere, and news of it was blacked out because we're under martial law.
This feels a lot different to me. How about if I come over to your house? There's safety in numbers.
What about your guns?
I can't carry them all without help. If you send David over and you help, we can get what we need in one trip. If we wait any longer, more police might show up, and it would be impossible to move on the street.
Ben, give me that radio. I just talk, right? Cody, this is Sarah. The TV said to stay in your house. I think we should do that. We should obey the instructions FEMA has given us.
Sarah, please put the radio down. If we're all together, we will be safer. The authorities want to get people as isolated as possible. They're easier to control that way.
Ben, you ready yet? I'll have everything packed and put in backpacks. We should be able to carry 3 guns each, plus ammo, without being seen if the cops stay where they are.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm talking with Sarah. She's uncomfortable with anyone else coming over, and guns in general. Just give me a second to talk with her. I think getting together is a good idea.
Roger.
Sarah? 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 Ah, screw it. Hey, Cody, is there anyone at our door? Someone is knocking. Check it out, okay?
There are 2 people at your front door. There's a news truck, like a big van in front of your house. Are they trying to get in or just knocking?
They're just knocking right now.
Is anyone there?
Local police and federal officers are conducting
Is anyone there?
street-by-street searches. We urge
Is anyone there?
cooperation with
Please
authorities.
open the door. We saw your lights when you looked out of the curtains while we were driving by. My name is Dominica Siegel from KEWT News, and my cameraman, Mike Espinoza. Please let us in. The police are blocking most of the intersections.
You might as well come in.
Thank you. Here, you can see my press pass. Mike has one too.
Yeah,
Me?
thanks, man. We've been trying to get back to the newsroom for a while. Here's my press credentials.
Do you know what's happening?
We have been on news blackout ever since this mess started. We've had our vehicles searched, but I gave them a BS story, and they bought it and let us go.
I was told not to shoot anything, but I kept the audio on my small camera recording everything we hear. They took my larger cameras and our computer and then told us to get off the street.
That's exactly what I've been doing too. I was recording battle scenes when the FEMA announcement came on the TV. I got all our conversation in the house.
David, that's great. Good thinking.
We can record on our phones. All our phones record, but the battery doesn't last too long unless we keep them charged or plugged in.
Hey, I find conversation illuminating, but are we going to get together or not?
Hell, I almost forgot with the news people coming in. Mike, you into helping me get a neighbor?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, Cody, it'll be me, David, and a cameraman named Mike you saw at my door. We're on our way, so keep a lookout and contact us if anything changes.
How far do we have to go?
Look out the window here. It's 2 houses up on the other side of the street. That 2-story house with the guy in the upstairs window. You see him?
Okay. Ben, you go first. Your friend knows you. Then your son, and I'll bring up the rear. Is that okay with you?
Fine,
Ben,
let's...
we need to talk.
Wait a second, guys. Will I take care of this? Sarah, let's go in the other room.
Ben, do you think it's safe for the kids and me? We don't know these people. We shouldn't trust anyone who isn't an official of some sort. For all we know, these 2 could be the fugitives they are looking for.
Well, we have to trust someone. And the pictures on their press passes match their faces. Cody saw their van from his house, and it was from the station they said they were from. What else do you want from them?
Oh, Ben, I told you to stay away from the windows. You shouldn't have let them in. If the police would get here, our problems would be solved, and we would be safe.
Hey, folks. I mean, the longer we wait, the more difficult it will be to move without being seen. Look, I overheard what your wife was saying. You already saw my credentials when we entered, but I'm sure Dominica would show you hers again. As far as I can tell, we need each other, okay? So let's get that friend of yours.
Okay, Cody,
Wait, don't say anything that could help identify our location in case someone's listening. You've already said that we were on the way, so you don't need to say it again. Your friend will see us coming. You might have said too much on the air already.
Why are you worried? Only the police would be listening, and they are here to protect us. They're probably happy we can communicate.
Hey, if they want us to communicate, why the cell and phone blackout? Why no regular TV or radio? Nah, they don't want us talking to each other.
Sarah, please. We really don't know what's happening. Martial law is pretty severe. If they determine our broadcasts are hostile and figure out it's us, God knows what they'll do. Mike has a point. They might not know it's our house, but they might be able to pinpoint the broadcast to our street. That wouldn't help us.
Don't use the radios then. We should just sit here and wait for the all-clear message on the TV or until the police show up.
Excuse me, ma'am? Sarah, is it? I have reported from conflict zones in South America, Africa, and the Mideast. There is no reason to trust that the government will not overreact and arrest or shoot us or any other innocent people. Remember Kent State in the 1960s? Or the Indians up in the Dakotas? Or Waco, Texas? There are plenty of examples of police and government overreaction.
Yeah, Mom, we read about that thing at Waco in school. It was the Divines or something like that. They were planning a revolution and had a bunch of guns.
Branch Davidians, and there was no revolution.
That's it. They thought the kids were being molested or using some kind of religious stuff. So they raided the place and used a bunch of tanks to knock it down, and it caught fire. Everybody died.
Sarah, it's just that I would rather take some precautions. I'd rather have the safety of numbers if there are fugitives, and I'd rather trust neighbors I know than wait for some kind of televised announcement. We've known Cody and Lisa for a long time. I don't know where Lisa and Billy are, but I think it's a safe bet that Cody's alone. He hasn't mentioned them over the radio, so that's that. Okay, guys, let's go get Cody.
Jamie, I want you to understand that my instincts are to protect you and David. I feel that we must do as little as possible and let the police conduct their search without any interference.
I've never encountered anything like this in the States before. In some African and South American countries, I've witnessed coups and total suppression of rights, but never here.
Jamie, go upstairs and see what the guys are doing.
Do not leave your homes. If you are away from your place of residence,
They got across the street, and Dad just went in the house. Cody is already on his way back with the bag. Here comes Dave, and the camera guy is right behind him. Dad's last. Wow, the police car just trying to light up the street. It didn't hit any of the guys. They all stopped and knelt down. Cody should be here. Dave is right behind him, and the camera guy should be next. Dad is waiting for the light to stop. He's hiding behind a hedge in Cody's driveway. The light is shining all around across the street, but not where Dad is hiding.
Where's Ben? The cops must have heard something because they shine a light in our direction.
Jamie is watching from upstairs. She said he's hiding behind some bushes. Where are Lisa and Billy?
Geez, I hope he doesn't get caught or shot. Lisa took Billy to see her mom, who was diagnosed with cancer. Before it gets too bad, we thought it'd be the best time to visit. I haven't heard from any of them, and I tried calling and sending texts and emailing. Everything's shut down.
What the hell? Who locked and closed the door?
I must have accidentally locked it when I closed it. I wasn't even thinking. The door was open and light was streaming out. I didn't want the cops to pay attention to the light.
Well, that's probably a good thing. Scared the crap out of me, though.
I don't think I've ever been so frightened.
It's because we don't know what's happening.
I'm scared too. I can't text or call or anything. Everybody is acting strange. Mom is scaring me.
Hey, let's settle down. Your mother has nothing to do with this. Mike, I thought you news people were up on everything.
Hey, I'm just the cameraman. You should talk to the talent like Dominica. She's the expert here.
This is not the time for petty beefs. Look, Mr.
Ben.
Look, Ben, we present the news. Most of what you think is news is opinion. People mistake opinion for intelligence and knowledge. In the end, it's just opinion and supposition. We might report a shooting, then add a political side story to support pending gun control legislation. It's all controlled in one way or another.
That's just what I've been saying all along. It's all lies and propaganda. You can't report on a business because the business may be a station sponsor. You can't report on government abuse because you get tax audited. National news or news from the White House is totally manufactured to sway opinion.
Cody, everybody knows you're a conspiracy nut.
I may be a conspiracy nut, as you say, but that doesn't mean there aren't conspiracies. If a business is corrupt, the businesses can be dealt with by the government. But if the government is corrupt, where do you go to get problems fixed? Nowhere. What if you have problems with the government? If you're not on the inside, you're screwed.
That's not completely true.
This isn't helping at all. Dominica, do you know anything that will help us out?
We got some information at the station, but no one in particular was singled out as a search target. We were told some training was going on by the police SWAT teams and feds, but I don't think this is a training operation. We were supposed to stay out of the way and avoid places where they were operating, but we never got a clear picture of where that was. Mike and I headed out to see if we could scoop other reporters and get a more factual view of what was going on. I treated it like when I reported on government operations in a foreign country, so we had to be careful, but I had no idea it was as massive as this.
Well, how massive is it?
Hey, you got a map?
Just an old street map. Ever since computers and GPS systems, printed maps are becoming pretty rare. Ah, here it is.
Okay, here's our station on Broad and Pine. When we started out, and there wasn't much police presence, but as we neared the residential areas, we started seeing police cars blocking intersections. I mean, we got stopped right here. It looks like 5 blocks from your house. They were security types, not police. And when Dominica said that we were part of the task force, they bought it. But they still confiscated some stuff and told us to get off the streets.
While we were stopped, I got to see what was going on. I only saw them at 2 houses, but there were a bunch of people going into each house. They came out of one house with cops escorting a guy who had his hands behind his back. 2 other officers were carrying what looked like weapons.
I saw some cops or feds and some truck that looked like those used for hauling cattle. There was a van that cops kept going to with arm lugs and stuff from other houses, but I really couldn't see what they were carrying.
They're taking guns out of houses?
I couldn't say for sure like Dominica, but it sure looked like
They
it.
were definitely guns I saw, but they were arresting people too. Maybe they are conducting one of those simultaneous drug raids, where they hit 40 or so houses at the same time. It could explain why the streets are blocked.
Would they go into every house? I doubt that martial law would be declared for drug busts. There have been drug busts in the past. There's never been martial law.
Dad, there are flashing lights on our street, police cars and trucks.
When did you go back upstairs?
When you and the guys went.
Attention! This is the police and federal task force operating under martial law. We are going to search every house, and we expect full cooperation. Stay in your homes until contacted by an official.
One of the cops at the intersection must have reported us. And when did cooperation come to mean obey?
Quiet. We need to hear them.
This will not be tolerated, and we urge full cooperation with authorities. Stay where you are. Do not leave your homes until an all-clear has been issued by FEMA. We are under martial law. All civil rights have been suspended for the duration of this operation. Do not resist. Police and federal agents are authorized to use deadly force to carry out their orders.
Deadly force? Suspension of civil rights? What the hell?
We are in real trouble. We're reporters, and I don't think they're gonna buy the BS story we gave the security guys. They won't want any of this recorded. We need to find a way to record this without anyone knowing. We will want a record of this regardless of how the search goes down. It might not help us, but it could help other people.
I wish you wouldn't get us involved.
Sarah, it's too late. The police are on our street and people are in our house.
Dad, I hid my camera in a coat pocket in the hall closet and put the tripod in a drawer. The camera has about 2 hours of battery left. I left the closet open so they could quickly see nothing was in there, and maybe they wouldn't find it.
Good work. A tripod standing in the center of a room would draw attention.
Yeah, quick thinking. You're a natural subversive.
Ben, Cody, don't encourage him. He's just a kid. And Ben, you're jeopardizing your son.
Sarah, I strongly doubt that I'm jeopardizing anything.
We have 2 cameras. Maybe we should let them find one. If they ask, we could turn it over. Another thing, police are trained to interrogate suspects. If they ask you anything about any other recordings or cameras, don't unconsciously look at the closet. Look at the camera case we're going to turn over. I'll put it on the floor close to the closet in case anyone forgets. If they separate us...
I don't like this. What if we get caught lying? We don't want to antagonize the police. If they ask me, I'm going to tell them. I will not lie to the police. I'm sure there is a good reason for the searches.
Mom! What are you talking about, Sarah? We can't agree to a random search of our house. What the hell's wrong with us? We should be outraged that anyone wants to search our house for any reason.
Cody, relax. Sarah is scared. That's no reason to talk to her like that.
You're right. Sorry, Sarah. But somehow we got on the wrong course in this country. Specific searches done with an open warrant are barely acceptable. This is a coordinated search done under martial law. Next will be gun confiscation. This all stinks.
I'm as outraged as you, but she has some points that have to be considered. The kids, for example. Maybe they're just confiscating unregistered guns.
I'm almost sure I saw them carrying guns out of houses.
That was on our street. David, get out of the window.
It's the Wilsons' house, Dad. The cops are behind their cars aiming at the house.
Okay, get out of the window. Mike, you're in the window now?
Hey, I'm not your son, Ben. I want to see as much as I can. They're kicking open the door of a house across and down the street a bit. The cops are still focused on another house, and the cops just opened fire.
Everyone away from the window. Sarah, take the kids into the kitchen. There's more protection there. God, this cannot be happening.
I can't take this. Why are people shooting? I just want the whole thing to be over and things to get back to normal.
Sarah, you gotta keep it together.
I'm afraid things will never be normal again.
I have to agree with Cody. Life as we know it is over. We will never recover.
What are we gonna do, Dad? Mom is freaking out. Can't you give her a pill or something? She's only making things worse.
Yeah, Dad, can't you calm her down?
Looks like the cops are still around one house. They busted into another towards the end of the street. They're arresting 2 people and they're hauling guns and what looks like ammo out of the houses and putting them into a van. And several ambulances are here and some people are being carried out on stretchers.
Is there any doubt this is gun confiscation?
No.
How can we stop them? There are too many of them.
I brought enough guns and ammo to make a stand.
Make a stand? Are you crazy? We give them the guns and comply with everything. We cause no trouble and keep quiet. The poor officers must hate what they are doing. We should respect and help them and make their unpleasant job as easy as possible. If we treat them well, they will search, take what they want, and leave us alone. What else do you want?
Sarah, are you in shock? You think they are the victims here? We should feel sorry for the police? If they were so bothered, they would resign and never confiscate anyone's guns or carry out any unconstitutional order.
Ben is right. The police carry out government policy under the guise of protecting us. They simply do what they're told. We can't trust them.
How could this have happened?
The feds and police have been amassing power for years. Government offices and employees act with no regard to limits placed on their power.
Everything seems upside down, but you never recognize it until something like this happens.
Well, I guess it happened so slowly that nobody paid much attention. I never thought about it. I knew there was corruption, but never this.
Our teacher tells us we should respect government workers. They say we need bigger government because people need more government services.
My teacher says the same thing in my classes. We're told that anyone who wants a small government is some kind of weirdo.
What a crock. Teachers teach us how essential government is to us. Ever since World War II and FDR, we've been taught that the government saved us from evil Nazis and more evil businesses. Only government's honest. By the way, they're going into the house across the street, and some military types are heading to my door. Somebody should be here already.
I guess the standoff up the street has slowed them down on our side.
I hate to agree with you, but I've seen lots of stories about government corruption suppressed. It's just part of the system. We follow the stories we're told to follow. For corruption to be exposed, it has to be blatant.
And whoever lives across the street.
The Schwartzmans live there. They're a Jewish family.
Well, they just lit up the cops in your house, too. I suggest we arm ourselves and do the same thing.
Yeah, Dad, let's fight.
Ben, we shouldn't. Think of the children. What if any of us are arrested or killed? We can't beat them, and we should try to keep our family together at any cost. Ben, you said we need to trust someone. I choose to trust the police.
Trusting government got the Jews sent to concentration camps. That's probably why the Jewish family across the street are fighting back. We should use my guns to attack the cops. Sometimes you have to fight.
Sarah, these are our neighbors. Should we do nothing while the police shoot up their house?
Maybe they are criminals of some sort. We just don't know.
What about the other houses? The Williams family got shot up pretty good, too. So it's the Jews and the Irish, or whatever the Williams family is?
It's a black family.
So the blacks and the Jews are both crooks? I don't think so.
Dad, there's some guys sneaking around in back. They look like they're army guys.
Hell, that's that. Let's get armed. We'll see if we can attack them and defend ourselves without getting killed.
Maybe if we could fight them into a standoff, calmer minds will show up and put an end to this madness.
Ben, you can't. We have to surrender. Come on, kids. We're going outside to turn ourselves over to the police. I'm really against fighting. I will do almost anything to stop you.
Sarah, you can't do this. If you go outside, you will be signing our death
I don't care.
certificates.
I want the kids safe, even if they get arrested. At least they will be alive. How can you think of resisting the government? It goes against everything I believe in and everything we've been taught. Kids, come with me.
I'm staying with Dad.
David, you will do as I say.
Any resistance will be met with arrest, incarceration, and eventual prosecution.